welcome to Upbeat and Beyond. I'm Mary Kay Kuhrts. I'm the publisher of the Upbeat Reporter, and I'm here today with Chandra Perkins of Storybridge, and she's going to be on the cover of the September issue of the Upbeat Reporter. The Upbeat Reporter is a Christian news magazine that is published here locally, all around Amarillo Canyon and the Texas Panhandle, and it can be found in Toot and Totem's United Supermarkets at 45th and Bell and Soncy and Canyon. And it's published online at theupbeatreporter.com. I'm so excited about the September issue because not only is there a story about Chandra from Storybridge, we're also having a big Upbeat concert and dance celebration, which will benefit Storybridge. And everyone is encouraged to bring out books to benefit low-income families that don't have money to buy books for their kids. So Chandra, tell us about how Storybridge got started and what it does for our community.
Okay. Thank you, Mary Kay, for having me here today. I will tell you, Storybridge started 3 summers ago, so we just finished our 3rd year of operating, and it is amazing to see what God has done with this ministry. We started in June of 2016, and we just brought out some extra books that my own 2 sons had collected just in 5 minutes from our house, just falling off our shelves. And, I took them up to Mesa Verde to see who's in the park, and we were going to read to kids in the park, and just to keep my kids busy in the summer and serving. And I'm a teacher, so reading to kids was always something I loved to do anyway.
It's very important.
But I never in a million years thought it would turn into what it is today. That day we saw 8 kids in the park, and I kind of called them over and said, "Anybody want to read a story?" And I'm sure they thought I was totally nuts, but they came over and they listened to a book, and I told them, everybody can pick one book to take home and keep, and they were thrilled and so thankful and had fun shopping through our extra books to take one. And then I remember packing up that day and feeling really good about myself and what we had done. But it's interesting looking back how God calls somebody by breaking your heart about something. And it was between the school parking lot and getting back to Grand that I drove through their community, their neighborhood. And my stomach hurt, and I thought, oh my word, I'm taking 92 books back to sit in my garage. And I know for a fact they can't afford food for all their children on the weekends, because we're giving thousands of snack packs to kids who are food insecure. I know from experience that it's hard to keep shoes, seasonal appropriate fitting shoes on their children's feet. It's just, when you are not earning a living wage, it is just really hard to raise a family just with basics. And so for the first time in a long history of education, I realized we have a book problem. And so then I started doing research on it, and I mean, it is staggering. In fact, 2/3 of every low-income family statistically does not have any children's books in their home. So from an education standpoint, it is just really hard for those kids to catch up to their middle-class peers when they have not had access to books until kindergarten. So that's the problem we're trying to solve.
That's great.
God has been very good to provide. Everywhere we turn, there are people who are willing to give and
that's great.
And pray and come and read and volunteer.
And the parents, too, that have the opportunity, that can't afford otherwise. So
yes.
That's great. So do you still need books?
Always. Yes.
Because there's so much need in the community.
Yeah. And, what we need to be able to do, just like, when our own children were growing up, the books that we bought them when they were 1 year old are different than the books they could sit and listen to and enjoy when they're 2 and they're 3 and they're 4. I mean, the books grow with the child. So it's not enough for us to serve a 2-year-old and never come back.
Right.
So our mission is to continue to revisit these neighborhoods at least every year and provide books that grow with the child so that by the time they're entering school, they've had that supportive literacy background growing with them and they're ready to learn to read.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you're doing that.
It's really fun. It's been such a blessing.
How do you find out which families need books?
What we did is we rank all of our Title I public schools in Amarillo in order by highest need.
Uh-huh.
So we are able to visit, I think we're going to 16 campuses this coming school year,
uh-huh.
including 2 Head Start campuses, which I'm really excited about. Those have 3-year-olds, so I'm trying to catch them as early as possible.
Right.
One of the ways that we do that when we go to a school, it's an after-school free book fair is what basically it is.
Mm-hmm.
We bring thousands of books into this school, and then because it's after school, the parents come with the students,
mm-hmm.
and we invite all their younger siblings too. So if they've got babies, toddlers, preschoolers at home that haven't been to kindergarten yet, we really want them to come get books too.
Oh, that's great.
In order so that they're ready, for school. So we're seeing an average of about 250 children at all of our free book fairs that we do. When
is your next book fair?
We will be at Park Hills Elementary at the end of August.
Cool.
And now we're able to serve.
So then you'll need new books.
Exactly.
After
Yes,
that,
we're constantly in need of books. One of the things that's helpful to us is for people to support with financial donations,
mm-hmm.
because a retail book might cost $10 or $12 at a bookstore. But because there are organizations that I can work with nationwide, being a nonprofit, I can purchase about 5 or 6 books for the cost of one retail.
That's
so
great.
That has been helpful too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, everybody come out to the big Upbeat concert and dance celebration on September the 14th, and the first 100 people that bring books out will get a big Upbeat t-shirt. And United Supermarkets is pitching in all the proceeds from the drinks and tea will go to benefit Storybridge.
So nice.
Everybody come out September the 14th at Emerald College from 5 to 8. And we'll hear lots of good Christian praise bands, Christian jazz. We'll have Doxa Dance Ministry performing. We even have a juggling unicyclist going to be on board. We'll have a painting for kids, and painting exhibition, a caricature artist, food trucks. So just bring your lawn chair, come out and have a good time. We even have a plan B. If it rains, we're going to be in the concert hall at Emerald College. So it's Emerald College, 2201 South Washington, on the south porch of the Emerald Experimental Theater. That's where it's going to be, where they have June Jazz.
We're really excited. Y'all come bring your children's books.
Yes, and bring your children and families too. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That's great.
I'm proud to be a part of it.
Thank you.